cheated on a commercial. Ronald Reagan loved tariffs, and they said he didn't. And I guess it was AI or something. They cheated badly. Canada got caught cheating on a commercial. Can you believe it?
Can you believe that? He says, can you believe that? That's our useless dipshit of a president confidently claiming that Canada got caught cheating on a commercial, whatever the fuck that means. He says that they put out an AI video of Ronald Reagan saying that he didn't like tariffs, when in actuality, according to President Neckvagina, Ronald Reagan loved tariffs. It's just that Canada got caught cheating badly, and this is the clip that they were cheating badly with.
Last week, I placed new duties on some Japanese products in response to Japan's inability to enforce their trade agreement with us on electronic devices called semiconductors. Imposing such tariffs or trade barriers and restrictions of any kind are steps that I am loath to take. And in a moment, I'll mention the sound economic reasons for this, that over the long run, such trade barriers hurt every American worker and consumer.
Just in case there are any MAGA people watching right now, I'll stop periodically and explain what he's saying, because I know he's using a lot of big words and that's really scary and confusing for you. But that's Ronald Reagan right there. And what he just said is that tariffs in the long run are bad for American workers and American consumers. They are bad for America in general and indeed for the global economy. But he has more to say on the topic.
Our commitment to free trade is also a commitment to fair trade. We want to continue to work cooperatively on trade problems and want very much to lift these trade restrictions as soon as evidence permits. We want to do this because we feel both Japan and the United States have an obligation to promote the prosperity and economic development that only free trade can bring. Throughout the world, there's a growing realization that the way to prosperity for all nations is rejecting protectionist legislation and promoting fair and free competition.
Okay, I'm back. A lot of scary words in that section again, right? Lots of big, scary words. I'm sure some of you freaked the fuck out when you heard the word protectionist, but don't worry. All Ronald Reagan is saying in that section is that what's best for the global economy are fair trade policies. In other words, trade policies that don't involve outlandish tariffs.
Those of us who lived through the Great Depression, the memory of the suffering it caused is deep and searing. And today, many economic analysts and historians argue that high tariff legislation passed back in that period, called the Smoot-Hawley Tariff, greatly deepened the Depression and prevented economic recovery.
Okay, so this part's really fun. You know the Great Depression? It's like considered one of the worst economic periods in American history. So Ronald Reagan just said that tariffs made the Great Depression significantly worse, that the Great Depression would not have been nearly as bad as it was if we had not been imposing really harmful tariffs. But I really want you to listen closely to this next part, because he's about to talk about your guy Trump in this next part. So listen really closely.
You see, at first, when someone says, let's impose tariffs on foreign imports, it looks like they're doing the patriotic thing by protecting American products and jobs. What eventually occurs is, first, homegrown industries start relying on government protection in the form of high tariffs. They stop competing and stop making the innovative management and technological changes they need to succeed in world markets. And then, while all this is going on, something even worse occurs. High tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars. The result is more and more tariffs, higher and higher trade barriers, and less competition. So soon, because of the prices made artificially high by tariffs that subsidize inefficiency and poor management, people stop buying.
So you get it by this point, right? Ronald Reagan fucking hated tariffs. He thought they were really bad for the American economy and indeed for the global economy. But Donald Trump says that that video isn't real. He says that it's AI. He said that Canada was cheating with that video. They got caught cheating badly with that fake footage of Ronald Reagan. It's AI. The only problem is I found this video on YouTube and it was posted 8 years ago. So well before we had the AI technology to produce something like this. I'm not even sure that we're quite at the point where we could produce a video this long that feels this accurate right now. I mean, we're getting there, but we definitely weren't there 8 years ago when this video was posted. This video is real, and Donald Trump's a fucking idiot, and so are you if you still believe a single word that comes out of that man's mouth. Tariffs are bad. Even Reagan said so. So